I think it's still in pre-production.
Is he doing that? Is he going to do that new action saga, Blood Dad?
I don't know.
Blood Dad, Return of the Strongest Blood.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to the Beacon House Podcast, recorded live in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Do you think people that sag their pants know that there's different sizes in pants that you can buy?
Like larger pants to sag even more with?
Like when I buy pants, I get my pants in 36-30 because I don't like it to like sag around my ankles very much. But if I did a 36-32, the pants would still be up by my waist and it would look like I'm sagging.
Like they were walking through Walmart buying some like tire cleaner or something.
Yeah, they're just like, look at these XXL pants. Let me get those.
Yo, I gotta cop those.
I guess it's time to quit wearing shorts.
I saw a guy the other day sagging and his whole ass was hanging out of the back of his pants. I was like, that can't be comfortable, right?
Is this like the free the nipple movement? Free the ass?
No. Like in his pants were tied at his hips.
They were tied up, but like at a
tight.
specific
The belt
angle
was
to where he was sagging the perfect amount.
He could take a shit
without
having to
without then doing anything.
I was gonna say anyone can do that.
It was so dumb. It was so I saw that and I was
different.
like, I wonder if he knows he can buy different pants.
I know that's a great question. Public service announcement: there are different sizes of pants.
You don't have to get the triple XL
and
Walmart
also,
pants.
when you buy a baseball cap, you can bend the bill. That's fine. You don't have to worry about it being flat and leaving the sticker on.
Thank you for that. Because like it's hard to find a hat anymore that doesn't have like a flat bill.
Yeah,
weren't people like leaving the tag on too at one point?
Something like that. And if you wear a hat conventionally now, they call it a dad hat.
Seriously?
Yeah. They go, and now there's like a new wave of people that are buying like curved bill hats, and they're like young people. So there's a younger generation than the flat bill hats, and they're dad hats. I think it's fun.
Yeah. All right.
To me, that just looks like a hat.
If what Grant has, which is a hat with the bent bill, if that's a dad hat, can we call the flat bill hats fucking idiot hats?
I
think
you know what?
Fucking idiot hat is too long.
All right, douche hat.
Douche hat.
Douche hat sounds pretty good. That's
douche hat.
Douche hat.
Yeah. So we should at least
tell. Hey, nice dad hat. Hey, cool douche hat, dude.
So look, we're already like a little ways into this. We should at least tell the audience who that fourth voice is. That
they know
soft,
that fourth.
That sexy crooning.
It's the prince of shitting his pants.
This is the third and probably not last time because we're probably gonna have a fourth one.
I feel like he's known for more than that.
What, shitting my pants?
It is Grant Big Tasty Johnson.
Grant the Big Tasty Johnson.
Coming at you here as the co-host for this episode of Beacon House. Grant, you may famously remember him from our episode, The Great Equalizer.
And there's another, you're on another one too, weren't you?
He was on another one too. But
we talked about car accidents, I think.
Car
accidents. We did. That's the one that stood out to me. I actually said on our Best of 2019 episode, I think that may have been my favorite episode of 2019.
I mean, it's nice bonding with people over shitty drivers.
It's true. And I feel like it resonated with a lot of people. Well, that too.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
everyone
real quick,
does it.
Sometimes at the same time. Sometimes there's a bad driver.
And then, so you shit your pants because you can't get home.
You're in an Arby's drive-thru and you're just like, I'd shit myself. Give me that roast beef cheddar.
No, you're coming out of a Arby's drive-thru. You're trying to get home before it hits. And you can't.
Sometimes I just watch a guy driving badly and I shit my pants. Like, when I was at a stop sign.
It makes me so mad, I just turn red and shit my pants.
Sometimes I blew right through the stop sign and I just loaded myself up.
This guy just forgot to put on his blinker, just liquid diarrhea all the way down.
No. A guy didn't slow down at a yellow light. I just filled up my diaper.
Hunter, are you done with your phone?
Driving diaper?
Yeah.
You done with your phone, Hunter? You're going to join the rest of us in this podcast?
Take that, Shark Tank. The driving diaper.
The driving diaper.
That when you need that extra level of security that's not provided by car insurance.
If you order now, you get a free pair of driving gloves.
Car diaper.
Car diaper.
All right, so real quick, I do...
Driving shits. Are you in good hands?
I'm really happy about this.
Are your shits in good hands?
The driving diaper.
Real
Where
quick,
are your hands?
I do have something I want to talk about with you guys. But before I do that, I want you to notice that you have cups in front of you.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
I've brought a tasty drink that I think we all will really enjoy, or you guys will absolutely despise.
Casey,
it's a very polarizing thing that's in this drink.
You say tasty, and then you say you may or may not like it. And I like tasty things.
Because I think it's tasty, but some people don't like the things that I like.
Okay.
It just happens. But the thing that's in this drink is very polarizing. You either like it or you don't. There's
no
middle ground.
Is it Polaroid liquid?
No.
Like the stuff they put
Can I develop a picture in this drink?
Yeah, like that's...
Go get my
Was I
Instagram
right?
You
account.
can develop a culture in this drink.
Holy shit!
Shake
What?
these up real quick.
I wish you guys
Yeah,
could see
shake
Casey.
it towards your mouth.
We should have Instagram Live going right now to see him shaking these two things.
Yeah.
so-
Aim it higher at your face,
Mix
All
it
right.
on your
mix
brow.
it on your chest.
So I'm going to
Yeah,
read
yeah.
this real quick before I give it to you.
I can't even see what he's holding a jar. It looks like
He
urine.
says he doesn't
Healthy
want
energy
energy. That's the
drink.
This
point.
is Bragg's Organic Apple Cider Vinegar All Natural Drink.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Oh, I've had it.
It's apple cider vinegar with crushed apple and cinnamon.
Yeah. Sometimes they put turmeric and like
I
honey
think
in it.
the
And ginger.
primary
If
ingredient
I-
is
yeah.
the vinegar.
If I really like this, can I have one of
you
those
go, honey.
bottles?
Well, we're going to split it in half each cup, and then we're going to
Oh,
try it.
It's
never
real
mind.
sour, but it's like super good for you.
Hunter,
And
if
do you know,
please.
while we're talking about it, I think by now everybody knows about like organic fucking apple cider, but you know what makes Bragg's, and there's a couple other brands too, you know what makes the apple cider different is it's got the living culture
Of
in it.
the apples.
They call it the mother. How weird is that?
Yeah, that's like kombucha. They have they have the SCOBY, the mother SCOBY.
Yeah, which
it's like it
means
looks
a
like
bunch of bacteria in the glass.
It looks like a fucking mucus membrane.
It does.
Or like alien skin.
yeah, it looks like a cum shot.
It does, like a really big
like two snails
like,
wrestling
Yeah.
in your cup.
That
It's
is
like-
pungent.
Have you
That
had
is
it before?
pungent. I've not had the apple cinnamon. I had the ginger one before.
Okay, yeah,
You've had
it's
ginger.
kind of like drinking vinegar, basically.
You've had ginger cum
But
shots.
it's not that strong. It's not.
Oh,
strong.
this is definitely not. This is like apple cider with just a tad of vinegar.
Yeah, but
Wait.
it's supposed to have a whole shot of vinegar, like you're supposed to take daily.
You have a shot of vinegar.
Wait. This is like apple juice or applesauce juice.
Yeah.
With like the aftertaste of
Apple
like
juice
stomach
sauce?
acid.
Applesauce, pork chops, and applesauce.
This is what it's
I'm
like.
a Japanese scientist.
I'm a
Oh.
Japanese scientist.
Hey,
Bada bee.
get my kombucha.
This is what
Yo,
it's like if
you
I
gotta-
eat a bunch of applesauce and don't take the insulin and puke it up later.
Yeah.
Why do you guys
Thanks
say
for
gross
that.
things?
Thanks for that. I'm still drinking mine.
Yeah.
Mine tastes
You,
like
you don't
buddy.
like
I'm
it?
just I love it. I'm just going with the stomach acid
So,
thing. Grant
apparently-
said.
Thanks, Honor.
It's
Thanks.
really good for your blood. It's really good for your stomach, and it's really good just like
it's
energizing.
good for your blood.
It's good for your blood.
Oh, I just took like a really big sip and spread it out over my palate.
Yeah.
Dude, your blood is going to kick ass.
It's gonna be so clean. I'm gonna be, dude. I'm gonna share so many needles later.
Your blood's gonna kick ass.
It's gonna be amazing.
Dude, your fucking blood will beat the shit out of Hunter's blood.
Hunter, don't you drink that?
Yeah.
Your blood needs to kick ass, buddy.
Dude, Casey, I heard
He's
Grant.
literally just convulsing in a chair right now.
Yeah, he's really having a hard time. Fucking, hey, dude, I heard Casey.
Swallow, you bitch.
I heard one time Grant's blood ran into Hunter's blood at the cafeteria and it beat it up and took its lunch money.
Hell yeah.
That's
No,
not
beat it up
That's
and took
not-
my pancreas.
That's not nice because
Your pancreas was in detention. Don't lie. We know your fucking pancreas wasn't there that day.
Grant's blood. That's not very nice. You know, Hunter's a disabled kid.
Fuck
Oh,
it.
man.
I don't
He had
care.
to take what he could get.
I don't care, man. That's free lunch money.
That's right.
All that means is that Grant's blood's dad didn't love him enough.
Oh, blood.
Oh,
Blood dad.
wait. Yeah,
We
no.
talked about this.
I don't drink water. My blood's like molasses.
So, anyways, these drinks
Diabetes.
very
Hardy.
tasty, and apparently you can do this instead of drinking coffee. And it's supposed to energize you for a good
Oh,
part of
shut
the
the
day.
fuck up.
Fuck that.
It does.
No.
Really? Because does it have caffeine in it? Then it can suck my butt.
Well, apples have caffeine.
You are in the
How you like them
butt
apples?
chugging capital of the world.
Shut the fuck up. Well, my boy got a number. How you like them apples? I'm a
Yeah.
Japanese scientist.
Oh my God! This is the apple juice. Oh, you know, my apples come from New Jersey. They they work at a factory.
Why
One
is
of these days, we're gonna get out of this town.
I could have worked at the delicatessen,
You could have been somebody.
but I wanted to go work at the
You're
apple juice
just,
factory.
you're just like your father. You just. What is this episode? Just like people just saying random shit. It
kills me.
Yo,
Yo,
I saw the condiments and I thought,
those aren't condoms.
oh God!
why would I do that to a sandwich? Would I
Oh no! Here we are again.
just go?
I was told to bring condiments.
Oh,
I was told to bring condiments to the Thanksgiving dinner.
Brew some cultures
Apparently,
in
that
an
doesn't
apple
mean a
juice.
mint flavored condom.
I've been practicing some photography. You know.
One thing you guys don't know is I did put acid in these drinks.
No, we're starting to figure that out. Jesus Christ. No, I've heard this stuff is really good for you. Like a lot of people in the morning do like
A shot of vinegar.
a shot of
Shot of
vinegar and a
acid?
shot with like lemon juice in it or honey or something.
Well, I think they do that just to cut the flavor, but you can just do a shot of straight
Yeah,
vinegar.
I tried that for a while. Man, I couldn't do it. I was doing
this
vinegar.
is a nice way to do it.
It's like
This is a
drinking
good way to do it.
poison, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
I
anyways,
used to
you were
do
saying
olive oil shots.
you used to do it, but you don't.
I got to the point where like I couldn't take the taste of straight vinegar. You know.
Yeah. I love vinegar.
You're just a pussy?
I love vinegar. Yeah, well,
Jesus Christ.
well, yeah, yes, frankly. But I just couldn't. I like vinegar on things. I like stuff that's heavy in vinegar.
Oh,
but just
malt
drink
vinegar's good.
straight fucking vinegar in the morning was rough for me.
It's kind of like malt vinegar.
Oh, does it? Because it's vinegar.
Yeah. That's what I said. Don't try
And
to twist my
I would
words.
still
It's not
say,
vinegar,
in
it's
defense,
malt.
I would
Malt.
don't think this is a replacement for coffee, because the one thing this does not have is the amount of antioxidants that coffee has. Coffee has more antioxidants than anything.
Coffee's good for your liver, especially if you drink it black.
Well, coffee has more concentrated antioxidants than like anything, any
So you're
juice,
saying-
any fruit. Like it's literally, coffee is a super drink. It really, really is. A lot of people don't think of it like that. And if you put a bunch of sugar and syrup and bullshit in it, then it's not that great for you. But coffee itself is fucking
But if
fantastic.
you put a shot of vinegar
Into your coffee.
into coffee,
We're
then
onto
you could
something.
get smashed every day. And
Let's
be
do it
fine.
right now. Let's make coffee and pour this in it.
I'll do it. I will take a whole sip.
And then
Fuck
put
all of you.
and then put tequila on top of
I will
that.
take. I'll drink that.
And then some like bubble gum,
All right, now I'm out. That's gross.
a little big league chew to top it off.
Too much. Too much. Big League Chew floater.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning into the Beacon House podcast. This has been a shit show.
Fucking A. Anyway, do we have a
Hey,
topic?
we had the Prince of
I do
shitting
have a
his pants.
topic.
Okay, what's our topic? Is it
Jesus Christ.
superfoods?
You serviced this fruity vinegar.
This.
Oh, I was about to make a science project. Even.
He's a
At least it
scientist.
wasn't the ginger one.
Oh,
I'm not a big fan.
they serve this at the delicatessen I go
It's
to.
okay. Mike Wachowski.
That's the only way I could get
Dad to keep me around. Gotta
What?
serve the
I'm pretty sure everyone's turned off the podcast
ginger
episode
snap juice.
already.
The Ginger Snap Juice. That's a good band name.
I know. So was Blood Dad.
Blood Dad.
Ooh.
We are Blood
Grant,
Dad.
have you seen Star Wars yet?
I have.
You guys want to talk about Star Wars?
I didn't.
Have we all seen it now?
I think we've all seen it.
Hunter, have you seen it?
I'll save my topic for another time.
The new one?
Because we need to calm the fuck down.
Rise of
before I do it.
Skywalker? No.
Yes, Rise. You've seen Rise of Skywalker,
No, I
you
haven't.
nutsack.
Is that's 9?
I will punch you in the fucking face.
I haven't
because
seen that or The Mandalorian.
You shut your goddamn mouth. I know you've seen it. God damn you.
I learned it from watching you.
Mom, Dad,
I just wanted you to
don't
love me,
fight.
Dad.
What about Grant? What would you like to talk? You're our guest today. What would you like to talk about?
Do you want to talk Star Wars?
I'm
We've all
all right
seen
with
it.
talking about. Yeah, I can talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grant has opinions. He's a big European Union
I'm very opinionated. Very.
what do you think about Brexit?
I'm very polarizing. Brexit.
yeah, because you're a big EU guy.
I think that the UK. That's where it was.
Cool. So Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
He is right.
He is.
He is dead on.
Accurate.
Accurate as fuck.
I've never said anything that was.
I'm
not
going to start
at least
this
a little
off by
accurate.
saying I don't understand the hate that Star Wars is receiving. And it's receiving a lot of
Do you
hate.
understand the hate? Give in to the hate.
There's a really funny video. Did I show you the funny video about the two guys? I shared that. Two guys discussing Star Wars, and it's overdubbed.
I think so.
It's the two foreign guys laughing hysterically about how much of a bitch Kylo Ren is, and he just got shit on for 3 movies.
Doth tantrum.
It'll make your spine shoot out your back. If you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you right after this.
Oh,
Have you seen the
your spine.
what is the episode 3 thing that we watch? The
confusing
Japanese
the Japanese dub where it's like
yeah, but it's like
Japanese women overdubbing Star Wars. So it's like every time something happens, it's like,
I haven't
I
seen
hate
that.
you. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I haven't seen that.
It's like
That sounds
the-
really good.
super
though.
racist.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
Emmy.
are so racist.
No. They're not Japanese. It was like Japanese computers doing it.
Oh,
like a
like
Japanese
Siri
Siri
trying to-
in Japan.
Gotcha.
Japanese female computer voice.
So
there's
it's not
like-
racist because they're not human. So
Yeah.
we're all right.
They're not living beings.
Fuck.
We skated right under the radar.
Yeah, nice. Rise of Skywalker. Spence?
So I liked it,
I liked it too.
but
I liked it as a
liked it.
standalone movie.
I
by
will say
itself.
this, like in the theater, I was like, oh yeah, and then like I was like, yeah, I do feel like it moved a little quick. It
Yep.
probably could have been 2 movies instead of 1.
Agreed. That was my biggest concern. I told Hunter.
Okay, and like they feel like they crammed a lot in there. I, like most people, wasn't satisfied with Finn's story arc.
Yeah.
He didn't have one.
That's basically it. Yeah, and I maybe could have used like 1 less chase scene and 1 more like character development scene, like to flesh out the legacy of these characters, and 1 less like Millennium Falcon chase scene. Because anyway, but other than that, I was excited by it. I thought it was captivating. Like I felt thrilled. It felt like a Star Wars movie. I mean,
Yeah.
But I also felt like that during like The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi and going all the way. But even the early ones that I now look back on and don't really care for, when I was watching them in the theater, I was like, whoa, Star Wars.
So you think that in like a month's time, this will age poorly for you?
Well, it already kind of has. That's what I was going to say. Like,
Okay.
I saw it and I was exhilarated and I went out. I was like, fuck yeah, it was really good, really good. And then it just didn't really stick with me. Like, I have no desire to go see it again.
That's how I feel about Endgame.
Yeah, me definitely.
Oh, yeah, shut the fuck up.
But, so I've been going on and on and on though about Mandalorian because like I still can't get over. I still want to go back and watch every episode of Mandalorian over and over and over and over. But
I liked it.
something about it just did more for me than the Star Wars movies.
Well, it's because it was a Western, and Westerns are always good.
Yeah. That's about where I am on Rise of Skywalker.
I
never deals
enjoyed
in
Rise of
absolutes.
Skywalker. I know one of the big things people are talking about is that they didn't cover more of like Rose's character, which
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No one cares about Rose.
no one cared about Rose in
Yeah.
Last Jedi, and I understand the actress
Listen.
had a big problem in
Yeah.
in Last Jedi. She's a wonderful actress. Her
Sure.
character means nothing
To Star Wars.
to the Star Wars.
Right.
Ryan Johnson did that because he wanted to make us mad. I feel like you ever
He
like
did
see
everything in that movie just to make us mad.
You ever see a character do something and you're like, I know that the director said to do that, and it was like almost as if Ryan Johnson somehow like saw me somewhere and thought to himself, I fucking hate that kid. I know he's gonna watch my fucking movie, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ruin 45 minutes of his life.
Like somebody pulled out in front of him in traffic and he goes, all right, motherfucker, you look like a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, and it turns out it was me. And and so he was like, fuck that kid. Yeah.
Well, it's just like
Literally, that's what it felt like.
even with her like Rey finding her lineage, and it's just like a bunch of hers going all the way back, and it's like one of those cool mirrors you find in elevators. It doesn't mean anything. Like I was like, why? Why would you do that? And then his response was,
And you
she
want
doesn't
to be
need a
in there.
lineage.
Yeah.
She's her own independent, strong woman. It's like motherfucker,
It's
she
Star
has
Wars. Yeah.
to belong to somebody. Like
He's
I
literally
understand
lazy.
you want to do the fucking hashtag Me Too. Cool. She has to belong to somebody. She can't just be another Jedi out there in the fucking wild. She
Right,
had to have
that's not how
been
it
born
works.
into
I
it.
think Grant hit it on the head, though. What did you say about him?
He's just fucking lazy.
He didn't want to have to pick up any of the stuff.
He did all this
Abrams
stuff.
left.
He did all this stuff for Mystique. He's like, it's open ended, and people were like, why? He's like, Mystique. It's so cool.
They offered me $20 million, and I rested on my laurels.
And then fucking even Mark Hamill was mad about how they portrayed Luke in The Last Jedi,
Oh, yeah.
like as a grouch. Like he's
not.
He's like he would want to help Rey. He wouldn't want to just be like, no, fuck you. Like he
Right.
would actually want to help her.
Also, how is he going to make the same mistake that he did when he was a young man? You know what I mean?
Anyways, we're not talking about The Last Jedi.
Kill the past.
However, I will
Yeah.
say Rise of Skywalker did make me like The Last Jedi way more than I did
I'd agree with
previously.
Sorry, say that again.
Rise of Skywalker made me like The Last Jedi more.
I disagree.
I mean, okay, you're allowed to do that.
I disagree that it made.
Is this a debate?
I disagree that you feel different about it after that movie. I think you're just confused.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
You need to go watch all the movies again on mushrooms. It's the only way you'll figure it out.
I'm gonna go and talk about spoilers. So if you haven't seen The Rise of the Skywalker, get the fuck out.
The Rise of the Skywalker?
Palpatine. How fucking cool was that?
That was my favorite thing ever, and
it was so dark.
It would have been my favorite movie in the entire Star Wars franchise if during the scene where, spoilers again, when he throws up the lightning and takes out all the ships, if he would have gone, power, unlimited power, one more time, I would have, it would have made me so happy.
You would have shit your pants.
You know
shit
what
my
would
pants.
have made the movie absolutely perfect for me is for them to hint to Palpatine and hint that she's Palpatine's granddaughter and what have you, and he shows up in the big claw, comes out, and he's like dangling because he has no legs. He's Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. If he came out and was talking and they were like having the conversation back and forth, and then he leads to like tell her like, oh, I'm also just a puppet, just like Snoke was, and then fucking they unveil Darth
up.
Plagueis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go
Because
somewhere
they
different.
mentioned Darth Plagueis a couple times throughout the whole saga, and it would have been awesome for him to show up at the end and be like,
ultimate.
I'm the one that's been in control this entire time. I am the Sith. And then Rey takes him out.
Not only
almost
could
like-
I save others from death, but also myself.
Yes.
Well, that was the thing. If
And
that was
then
his
the Knights of
master-
Ren take off their helmets, and it's the entire Rogue One cast
Shut the fuck up.
resurrected.
Really shit
Now
on the
you're
Knights of
losing me.
Ren. Like, why were they even in this movie?
They
don't
they
know.
were so okay. This might be controversial. I thought they were so cool looking,
They were.
and then they didn't do anything.
Except get beat up by Kylo.
Now listen,
Which I did like his humor. That was refreshing.
I also enjoyed him pulling the lightsaber out of nowhere. That was dope.
and then shrugging.
Yeah, and just be like, look what I got.
See, I love that.
Knights of Ren, in concept art of the Rogue One, like digital whatever, there's a concept art book, and it has a name for all the Knights of Ren. Not the Rogue One, Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And the Knights of Ren go as I follow: the Heavy, the Rogue, the Engineer, the Sniper, and the Monk. Oh. Those are the Knights of Ren. There are 5 of them. That is exactly the exact number of the Rogue One crew. And they showed Rogue One between episodes 7 and 8. I thought it would be perfect. Have Darth Plagueis resurrect Palpatine and use him as a puppet to carry on the Sith, and then resurrect this crew that basically destroyed the Sith's plans and use him for his own bidding.
Ironic.
Give him to a Sith.
Yeah,
And they didn't do any of that.
Just didn't do it.
It all would have been awesome. It still would have completely ruined the story of Anakin Skywalker.
One good thing that did
And also
come
would
out
have ruined the story of Rose. Oh no.
can't have that.
She stayed on the planet.
The the red stormtroopers.
Oh, yeah.
The
Sith troopers?
The Sith troopers. Apparently, the names they have canonize a lot of the previous Sith lords that people thought were non-canon again, like Darth Revan.
Really?
Yeah, because they're named after real Sith lords in canon, and I believe Revan is one of the names of the
Man,
Sith people.
that's
troopers.
so cool. I wish Disney would take its multiple billions of dollars and buy a pair of nuts so it could actually do that in a movie.
No
instead
shit.
of just put it in a book
Yeah,
that no
man.
one's going to read.
I think they
That's
should have done
fair.
more with the Sith and on the Sith planet than
I wanted
they
more
did.
lightsaber
Icicle?
fight.
Like
No,
another thing they
Exegol.
could have done is the Knights of Ren get defeated super easily by Kylo Ren. He's like, haha, got it. And all of a sudden you hear like in the foggy wall, you hear like tink, 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 like fucking little spider legs, and Darth Maul comes down.
That
And
would've
he's
been
like
great.
half a fucking spider.
And it goes.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
That would be great.
Why not?
It just didn't do a lot of things that I think classic fans wanted. I think it was
Yeah.
just, it looked like it was desperate to wrap it up. And that's the same thing. It had that, I had the same feeling I had
It was
when
like Justice League.
well, like the end of Game of Thrones. It just looked like they were trying to get it
Yeah.
over with.
So they can move on to the
Sure.
next thing.
Well,
that's
I don't
gonna
think
make money.
move on to Star
I don't think
Wars.
Abrams wanted to do this movie. He wasn't
didn't.
even supposed to.
He
Someone
didn't want to
else
do the
was.
second one. That's why Ryan Johnson fucked it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me ask you this: when if let's say that, and there are, believe it or not, there are still people that haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies out there.
Oh, I know.
If,
Yeah, I've met him.
if one of them were happening to be listening, which they would already know what happens, but let's say if you had to go recommend to somebody to watch all of them, would you recommend they watch them from episode 1
Yes.
to episode 9?
No.
Yes.
Or would you recommend that they start chronologically with episode 4 and watch them in the order
No,
they
Casey's
came
got
out?
a different order.
I got the different order.
What's
that
your order?
Is the 100% way to watch it.
His is the first
You watch
order.
episode 4 and 5.
You're wrong.
You find out about Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Then you watch the prequels to learn about Darth Vader's past. Then you watch 6 to learn about Darth Vader's redemption to Emperor Palpatine. Then you watch 7, 8, and 9.
Fuck.
You can watch
What about
7, 8,
Rogue
and 9
One
if you
and
want
everything?
to.
Rogue One you can watch before you watch the whole
What
saga
about-
because Rogue One takes place right before episode 4. So watch
and it'll
Rogue
make you
One.
fear. Yeah.
I feel like that's like a.
But can
very
you really watch
cerebral
Rogue One
approach.
with no context?
Yes.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can
can.
watch Rogue One without
I
that.
disagree.
You could watch it as the first Star Wars
100%
movie.
you
What
can.
about Solo? What about the Solo movie?
Fuck that.
You don't really need the solo movie.
I liked it.
Nobody even
I mean,
includes
you
it.
can watch it, but yeah,
I
you
liked
don't need
it.
it.
I thought it was good. It was like a western.
Because
You can watch-
because then again, like with Rogue One, you see Darth Vader and you're like, who's this guy? And then you watch episode 4 and you're like, oh, that's who he is. And then you watch 5 and you're like, oh shit, he's connected. With Solo, you can watch it and then be like, oh, who's this horned red guy? Because Darth Maul shows up, and then it's like, I mean, it's another ominous character that shows up that they put in for fan service that shows up later in the saga, and you find out who he is by going in the past. But I mean, if you wanted to watch Solo, I would watch Solo, then Rogue One, and carry on with the saga.
My issue.
What do you think, Grant?
My issue is I don't like flashbacks in any media. I think it's lazy and annoying. And
But
what you're describing to me is like a giant, like 4-hour fucking flashback that you
Here's
have to deal
the
with.
problem: if you watch the prequels first,
Yeah,
it ruins the surprise that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's
but it's not
father.
a surprise.
It is if you've never watched the series.
No, I disagree. I think everyone knows.
Well, I mean, yes, but I'm saying if somebody's going in fresh, they're like, I've never heard Luke, I'm your father. I've been living under a rock. That's the way to watch it because that's the way you get the full story with all the surprises and all the the climaxes and all the jerk off moments.
I could see that. Yeah, if they don't know at all, maybe your way. But if they do, then
fair.
what you're saying, going with the prequel trilogy first, so that it all like, means
also,
something.
if you start with the prequel trilogy, it's gonna fucking ruin your day.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Episode
prequels are
1
great.
has its moments.
Episode 1
Episode
does.
2 has Jango Fett and
Episode
more
2 is
Ewan McGregor.
garbage. Clone Wars is.
It's coarse,
Dirt
it's rough,
poor
and it gets
garbage.
everywhere.
I will say, episode
wouldn't
1
give
gives us. Episode 1 gave me Darth Maul and the Duel of Fates,
Yes.
which was
Amazing.
amazing.
And
And
it had
Liam
Ewan
Neeson with a
McGregor in it.
lightsaber. Oh,
Yeah, that too.
Honestly, George Lucas should have choreographed the lightsaber fights in this new trilogy.
Okay, yes. Let me.
the lightsaber fights in this
the
new
whole new
trilogy
can of
are
worms.
dirt.
I love lightsaber duels. That's the 90% of the reason I watch a Star Wars movie is for lightsaber duels.
Episode 3, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
fight
it's my
on
favorite
Mustafar?
movie. It's literally my favorite movie. Has all the lightsaber. Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yep.
I will say the throne room fight in episode 7 was good.
Okay,
Where they
I'll
kill
agree
Snoke
with that.
and they fight the
Yeah,
that
I
was
like
good.
that. I did like that.
I did like that one too. I thought that was pretty good.
Now, real quick, ranking the all Star Wars movies, Solo and Rogue One included. What are your top 3 Star Wars movies?
Shit.
Oh, you're not going to like my answer.
Episode 3, Episode 6, Rogue One.
In that order?
Not in any order.
Okay.
Episode 3,
Rogue
Episode
One at
2,
number
Rogue
one for
One.
sure.
And that's the order.
I would say in that order. Yeah, Episode
Did you
3.
say episode 2 is in there?
Episode 3, Episode 2, and Rogue One.
Ew.
Why? What do you like about Episode 2?
You're
so
right.
much?
I would not like
Jango Fett.
Sure. No, I love a lot of Episode 2. Grant and I grew
So,
up with the prequel, so
If you ignore
safe space on this side of
if
the
you
table.
ignore all the extra political bullshit and
the
90,
fireplace scene.
yeah, and 90% of Anakin hanging out with Padme for no reason, then it is a really good movie. It has the Geonosis
Battle?
animal fight thing, which is cool. That thing went and it had the pins. It was amazing, amazing. And
Grant made pincer hands for those
it also
of you
had
listening.
mullet era Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I like. They drive like a thing. It's got that assassin lady,
Sam Weasel or
Sam Weasel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spence.
And it's got the death stick scene. It's just a great movie overall.
I'm gonna go home and rethink my life.
I just like it because nostalgia.
It's tough.
It's a great OVA.
Yeah.
I really don't hate the new ones, like 7, 8, and 9.
Mm-hmm.
I in fact, specifically 7, I really like. I liked Force Awakens a lot.
That's
Well,
my
it
favorite
kind of
of them.
rehashed 4. Like it was like the same
That's
thematic.
kind of what did it.
Yeah.
4 is. I'm going to go ahead and say Empire is my favorite, and closely followed by Episode 4. You know, the first one. And man, really, now that I think about that, I don't know, man. Return of the
Solo, Rogue
Jedi
One
is so fucking cheesy. Return of the Jedi had the Ewoks and all that, which is really dumb.
Yeah.
Which they show up in 9, and it was great.
But
Yeah, for sure.
they also had that awesome fucking scene with Jabba the Hutt and the fucking battle on the land skiff and all that stuff and the
Jabba
Sarlacc
the
pit.
Hutt stuff
man.
and the throne room with the Emperor, Luke, and Vader is what makes it
Pretty
so good for me.
badass.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'm going to say it could be a close runner-up, but I'll probably say like 4, 5, and 7 are my favorite.
Sure. Grant.
I'll give mine later then.
Yeah, you don't get to. Yeah.
That's cool.
Your
No,
opinion's
I'm
wrong.
losing it. You should go.
And part of it is just seeing those particular characters when they were young and really, really, really like charismatic. Like seeing a young Carrie Fisher, a young Mark Hamill, a young Harrison Ford, like that.
Well, they showed it in 9. They had like the CGI kind of look to them,
Yeah.
but they still look good.
requested.
Have you guys seen the thing where they've got the guy that might play like a young Luke Skywalker coming up, and it's the guy that played I think Bucky in the Captain America movies?
Talking about
Sebastian Stan?
I guess he looks
Yeah.
exactly like a young Mark Hamill, side by side with like a blonde wig on. So they're possibly thinking about. I heard him to do like maybe a Skywalker trilogy, like a young Skywalker trilogy or something. I don't know.
For me, it's Rogue One, Episode 5, Episode 9.
Do you really like Episode 9?
I
the
really
most?
liked Episode 9. I've
Is
been
it in that
following.
order?
Listen. I've been following these movies since I was born.
Yeah, okay.
Like I grew up with the Skywalker Saga. It was my whole thing. So all the fan service they put into 9, they put in there for me, and I fucking loved it.
Right.
Totally fair. The fan service is great.
Lando
to be
showing
fair.
up.
Oh, yeah,
him
sure.
getting back in the Falcon and working with Chewie. Him showing them showing Luke and Leia practicing her Force abilities.
That kind of pissed me off. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Let's get into it. Get into it.
Like they're on Endor still.
She was Force sensitive. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they mentioned that. That's why they were able to like connect and feel each other, or whatever. You know.
Well, she's also Vader's child. She has to be Force sensitive.
Yeah, sure. But also, the fact that they trained her so it felt like quickly, and also it's never alluded to.
Well, that's why they said that she never finished her training, but Luke made her a lightsaber.
Well, and it felt like such a cop out to me. It's like we need another lightsaber, and so here, like me and him talked about it. There were so many better ways to like introduce a new lightsaber.
Yeah,
one of my favorites, and I would have been okay with it, would be if they were like, "Oh shit, this is a Clone Wars era escape pod," and they open it up and they're like, "Why are there so many lightsabers in here?" And on the top plaque it says "Property of General Grievous." I would have been more okay with that than the bullshit they actually gave us.
We didn't get enough prequel stuff anyways, but sorry.
The thing is they did it because of what Rian Johnson did with Witch Leia in space.
Yeah, which pissed me off so much.
Well, I mean, it could have been Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren could have done that from a ship and pushed her back.
Also would have pissed me off.
Why? It's his mother.
That's not how the Force works, as Harrison Ford said. They took a lot of liberties in the last two.
What does that unforced user know about the Force?
Anyway, it's true. All of it.
Anyways, Episode 9 to me... It's not the best Star Wars movie. Rogue One, hands down, is one of the best Star Wars movies.
But not enough lightsaber combat for me.
I don't need fucking lightsaber combat. I just need that universe, and it was awesome.
Sure.
And fucking Jyn
Erso.
Jyn Erso.
You know her name. Yeah.
Badass.
Favorite movie.
Fucking Rogue One was really good, and I almost would almost tie it with any of my top three. Just something to me, it just didn't stick with me like the original ones did. But either way,
it was a good movie. And the only reason it's in my top three is because of the last scene with Vader. It's literally the only reason.
Buzzing?
It's incredible.
It made me feel like I was going to shit my pants from fear.
Right.
I was like, if that happened to me, I would just shoot myself in the head. Probably. No joke. Like, he's scary. Mad scary.
The
Darth Vader at the end when he was just like, laying those fools out. I was like, that's all right. I'm not doing that.
Let me ask you this: being that I don't realize you were that big of a Star Wars fan, Casey. But like,
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it a lot. But there's so much now. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, that was kind of you were either sort of like a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan. I went to every prequel
movie with my dad at a midnight showing.
Did you?
He made it a point to take me, and he's more of a Star Trek fan.
Yeah,
but he took me to a sold out theater first showing. I watched all the prequels. I liked the prequels more than most people did. Still don't like episode 2. I don't know how you can do that. That's the worst one in the franchise.
It's amazing. Did you know that all the clones in episode 2 are CGI?
Gross.
You can't tell, can you?
Yeah, you can.
You can now.
Nah.
Listen, I grew up the moment the Lucasfilm showed up in episode 9, and the last time I'd see that Star Wars track, because they probably won't do that again. That was like a real Skywalker Saga thing with the tracking words.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it in Rogue One, too, didn't they?
No.
Nope.
They didn't?
They didn't. They didn't do it in Solo either.
Whoa.
It's a Skywalker Saga thing only.
Yep.
Far out.
And so seeing that for the last time, I got a little emotional. It was kind of, it was rough. I was like, fuck, man, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been watching these movies and coming to everyone. Like anytime they showed them in theaters, the original trilogy, I went and saw them.
Well, you know something I thought about that was kind of sad. Imagine the people that didn't live to see the end of it.
I know.
Like a lot of people died before 9, or maybe before even like 8.
Somber Sunday.
Kind of the same way with like the Stephen King said, like the Dark Tower series.
Yeah.
One of the reasons he didn't really want to finish it, he didn't want to feel rushed to finish it, but he was getting letters from people that were like in prison, that were like life sentence in prison or terminal illness, and they're like, we've got to know how it ends. And he was like, I figured at some point I was shitting on my fans by not finishing it, because some people just weren't going to live to see. Because but it only came to me in way. That was almost a Star Wars length thing too.
Sure.
He started that in like 78, the first book, and he had no idea where it was going to go. And then
Has he wrote the last book yet?
Oh yeah,
yeah, he did about 10 years ago.
10 years ago it came out.
I think
the last 3 came out pretty quick, like once a year. Like once every year for 3 years, they all came out. But the first one was in the 70s, and the second one didn't come out till like the 80s. And then like there was 1 or 2 in the 90s, and like there was a big period of like 10 years where nothing came out. And then the 5th one, Wolves of the Kala, came out, and everybody was like, I remember seeing that and going, what the fuck is that? Oh, the Dark Tower. They still write that shit? What? I had no idea what it was, and I started it, and I was blown away by it. And they fucked that movie up, and they can't. Somebody,
I'm going to stop you right there. That movie
sucked.
It's so fucking cool.
It sucked ass.
So cool.
Have you read the series?
I know all
Matthew
about the
McConaughey.
series.
You would not be okay with it.
No. It's trash. for the series. I'm agreeing with you there.
But if you didn't know anything about it and you
movie-
just happened to see the movie,
the movies kick ass.
yeah, I can't see it that way. I've never.
These fucking
That's
nerds
fair.
read
I've
books.
finished the entire
before they watch
fucking thing.
movies, dude.
We watch movies, play video games,
And it's
Yeah,
so out there. The
Fuck
whole
these
story
guys.
is so fucking out there that it's going to be hard to really. He may have written something that can't be captured by a movie or a series of movies or even a TV show.
Well,
or,
no, but the original
That's a
vision
cop-out, I
with,
think.
it would have
was
to
gonna
get a
be-
big budget. Like
It was going to be
it'd
like
have to be
6
Game of
movies
Thrones level
and
budget.
5 seasons of TV in between.
Maybe.
It's like
Which
stuff.
wouldn't have worked.
Maybe.
Stuff like that seems lazy to me in books when they're like, it's so horrific that it's like Lovecraft. It's so horrible and horrific that it's indescribable. It's like, no, you're just
And
fucking
here's
lazy.
Del Toro making
It's
a
not
career
that.
in
It's just
describing
the
it.
expanse of it. It's like this intersection of all these different worlds and the nexus of worlds with this giant tower, and it's like apocalyptic, and it's like it's.
Oh, they'll find a way to do it, and it will not capture the totality of it.
Yeah.
But it'll be close enough that you know what they're trying to do.
I mean, you could tell they tried, but dude, that project was on and off. Like directors kept coming on and going off and coming on, like Ron Howard, and then he was off, and like
Javier
nobody
Bardem.
wanted to touch it. And I'm sorry to say, Idris Elba was a piss poor casting decision for Roland.
Maybe as the book character, because I'm familiar with Roland from the comics,
Right.
which is
Should be the same.
adjacent. It's the same.
Should be the
stuff,
same.
but-
It's supposed to be basically a Clint Eastwood guy.
yeah.
Like it's basically
So-
like Bruce. What's his face from Army of Darkness? Whatever would have been
Bruce Campbell?
That would he would have been a perfect Roland, or somebody like that.
That
you know,
wouldn't work.
Wait, I'm
No.
sorry. You said a Clint Eastwood type, and then
type.
proceeded to
Well,
bring up
it's
Bruce Campbell.
It's supposed to be a spaghetti western, but Roland's depicted as this like dark-haired, blue-eyed, fucking relatively big, just kind of the way I think of
chiseled
Bruce Campbell.
chin.
sort of a goofy.
Chiseled chin, square-jawed, fucking like a cowboy.
Like the dude.
Like the Duke.
No, I was gonna not. I didn't mean to go. Lebowski
Billy
on
Zane
it, I'm
back in the
sorry.
day would have been a
Duke.
good Roland. Fucking
Duke. The
Duke.
Duke is
Yeah,
John Wayne.
The Duke.
They were talking
Yeah,
about
John
Javier
Wayne.
Bardem might have been, but I don't even think he would have been a good Roland. You need
I think
somebody.
he would have been great.
You need somebody that's a little more like almost like a fucking classic like
Like a Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, Christopher Reeve type guy.
Just
Like
bring in Jeff Bridges.
Oh, but fucking Henry Cavill.
it's pronounced
great. He would have been
Cavill.
great. He would have been a great
It's
Roland.
pronounced Cavill.
I don't give a fuck. Henry
not
Cavill.
Cavill.
Idris Elba's great.
He is great.
I was glad to see him in.
He's
something.
wonderful.
I want to see him be the new James Bond.
Yeah, he's great.
Is
in
he
a
going
lot
to be
of
the new
stuff.
James Bond?
No,
No, they're doing a female next.
no,
Which is
he's
kind of
too
upsetting.
street,
I
is what
understand
they said.
that, like the whole. I get it why they're doing a female James Bond, but in the books, James Bond's written as like this fucking
A man's man.
Womanizer.
a man's man,
Yeah.
Oh.
Sean Connery.
a womanizer. Yeah, Sean Connery, and
Yeah.
so I understand they're wanting to evolve the franchise, but it's like
There are different
Idris
ways you
Elba
can do
should. Elba
I don't
should
know.
totally be.
I will say this, man. If you
He's
get a
fucking-
woman to play
fucking
James
charming.
Bond, she's going to have to be like whoever plays 007, whether it's a man or a woman,
Gets laid
is
twice a movie.
They
super.
fuck.
They fuck. It's a
Yeah.
super libido charged fucking character,
Dude.
That's just
Nice.
so incredibly overpowered with like testosterone and
Here's
whatever.
the thing, though.
And that's why
unpopular
Daniel Craig's
opinion,
so great at it.
Trash for a dude to do it. Empowering for a woman to.
Sure.
Now, real quick,
Sure, get her in there. Let her.
Popular con-
Yeah,
Who'd you say?
she's going to have to be in there. Fucking
who'd you say?
No one. I just said like the unpopular opinion.
get a girl in there to do it. Fucking, I'm all for it. But she's got to be like, she's going to have to be fucking shooting
Well,
throats
have you
and
seen the
breaking
preview
hearts.
for the new one? 'Cause
Like
they're
fucking
introducing
Charlie's
that.
Angels.
Dude,
The new one that's coming out?
Gal Gadot.
It
kinda
came
good.
out.
Gal
It came
Gadot
out
would-
left.
Came out?
It died.
Gal Gadot would be a great.
Gal Gadot would crush.
Or
a
Gina
Bond movie.
Carano.
Was it bad?
Gina Carano.
Fucking,
I don't know.
I'm over
It's
the
at
moon
the
about her.
dollar
She's my
movie
favorite
already.
right
Came out
now.
like
I
a
can't
month ago.
get
Actually,
enough
kind of
Gina
wanted to
Carano.
watch it. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
Now, real quick, you're talking about H.P. Lovecraft. Have you guys heard of Color Out of Space?
Is that the new
movie?
thing coming out?
Oh,
movie
I
coming
saw
out
the
with Nick
trailer.
Cage.
That it's like fuchsia.
It looks great. Now,
looks
hold
good.
on a second. The director of the movie, Richard Stanley. Do you know what he's working on after that movie comes out?
Tell me, Bubba.
Okay, I think it's still in.
Okay, I'm gonna get into the thing.
I think it's still in pre-production.
Is he doing that?
It's in
Is he going to
development.
do that new action saga, Blood Dad?
I don't know.
Blood Dad. Return of the strongest blood.
Director and writer. Jesus Christ.
There's not a needle he can't share.
I'm so
Blood Dad.
sorry that everyone listening can't see Grant's face when he said that. Like, I mean, he fucking sold it.
you're
There was a lot of
fucking-
wonder.
You're a
You
fucking
sold
rock
it.
star. You're
You
my
sold
hero.
it to me right
You
across
could
this
make
table.
it the YouTube.
So,
picture for
anyways,
this episode.
Richard
Make it-
Stanley is
Blood
writing and
Dad.
directing. It's in development right now, so I don't think it's even in pre-production. Is the Island of Dr. Moreau TV series?
TV's.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
I think that would be
Do you
awesome.
remember the old one with that had Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando in it? Marlon Brando
Yeah,
Val
did you see the
Kilmer?
documentary
fucked up.
about the making of it?
I did not. Is it crazy?
Oh, I've seen. We talked about this.
Richard
They-
Stanley was supposed to be the original director. They kicked him off like 3 weeks into filming, and
They
that's
had
why
a-
he wants to get his chance.
Didn't they have
Okay.
like a dude an actor or a director or a producer or something climb up a tree and refuse to come down?
That was Marlon Brando.
Was it
long
Brando?
time.
That was Marlon Brando.
Brando couldn't climb a tree in that movie. He was like 600 pounds. He looked like when they took the fucking mask off Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, maybe it might have been Val Kilmer. too.
Brando was in
They were
bad
both
shape at
being
Final Dr.
divas.
Moreau.
No, you're
I
right.
think it was Kilmer.
In fact,
Have you seen that movie? It's so fucking weird.
I've
It
seen
is
parts
weird
and pieces.
and not really scary. Like it should be
It's
just
kinda
weird.
gross.
It's kind of gross and kind of just like
Like when the horse woman is giving birth.
yeah.
And it's like
Oh.
it's like basically the island of Dr. Moreau is like this doctor who genetically mutates humans and animals
and
together
shit,
and
yeah.
makes like these
It's a
humanoids.
great story.
Chimeras.
Yeah.
The book apparently is fantastic.
Oh, it's a classic. It's the book. I haven't read it.
It's also
I've read
lean and
parts of
mean.
it.
It's like 80 pages.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but,
fucking awesome.
mean.
But it's about a guy who gets shipwrecked and he washes up on the island of Dr. Moreau.
Wrong fucking island.
Yeah, and there's like these cat and dog like people and like these horse people, and he finds this horse woman giving birth, and Marlon Brando's character is like delivering the baby, and it like comes out all fucking mutated.
And they name
gross.
it Blood Dad.
Yeah,
They
blood
name it
dad.
Blood Dad.
No, I'm not serious. Connor. You fucking
God
asshole.
damn it, Hunter!
Of the blood.
How are you the guy of trolling?
That fell for it, yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, guys, listen. Thanks for joining us today for a discussion
Enough
about
movie talk.
movies
Blood
and
Dad.
fiction. And dude, I would be totally excited to see a Island of Dr. Moreau mini or like a
Especially on
TV series.
HBO.
Fuck yeah,
Let him go for it.
yeah, 100%.
Oh, it was like an hour long episode
Yeah.
per episode. 8
yeah.
episodes.
Either way, well, I mean, that's kind of becoming the new way. You know,
Yeah.
like
Make it like
people
a
are understanding.
miniseries.
I mean,
that
this is the way.
this is the way.
This is the way. All right, enjoy. Thank you for tuning in for our ADHD episode where we talked about 1,000 fucking things.
We talked about everything except for the kitchen sink.
Hey, Grant, shut up. He has to hit that button to turn it
Hey,
off.
the kitchen sink is in Revenge of
Hunter,
the Sith.
shut up and let him hit the button. All right, bye.
Oh my.